Hey, how are you tonight? Happy Sunday afternoon. So I had a little situation. A lot of y'all know, because I've talked about it a lot of y'all know that I have a back issue, right? And it's funny because I started doing oils way back in like 2014, and boom, no sooner did I start doing oils, did I hurt my back. And so I have battled with back issues since then. And I've done a myriad of treatments for it, including this recipe that I'm going to give you. Medical doctor, chiropractor, supplements, everything else, and it's been going wonderfully. So if you have any back issues, you need some advice, holler at me. Anyway, but it's been going wonderfully. And then going so wonderfully that I let myself slip up and I forgot. That's the best way to say it. I let my guard down. Okay. I was around some friends and their dogs and a puppy, and the cutest puppy ever. So you could never get mad because the dog was beautiful, but that puppy has this unique gray blueness color to it, and it's just gorgeous. But it's a part pit, part like hound, I think it was. So it was a decent sized puppy. May have been young, but and they were doing what dogs do and what puppies do. And hello, I've got a puppy. I know what dogs can do. I know what they can do. And my brain just wasn't fully engaged. And long story short, I went on my butt, my rear. I went on my rear, and then my middle back, and then my head hit too. So it was quite eventful, especially considering that I wasn't by myself, which was both good and bad. The bad part was there was like all these people watching me, Thank God there was no video camera like on the house or something, or it would probably be the fall that was played forever. But anyway, so fast forward that to today is a week and a day, and I'm doing so much better. Obviously, I'm doing good enough to come on and talk about it. But I thought I would share with you the recipe that I am pretty much out of. And I forgot to get my little container. I don't know. Oh, here it is. I like to put them in little containers like this or in roller bottles, which just a regular roller bottle. Depending upon how I make it, depends upon which kind of container it goes in. But this is the one that I used to keep years ago. I kept this with me, like no matter where I went, like all the time. And I don't carry it much anymore because I haven't been having any issues. If you need a good chiropractor, Dr. Pinto over in Williamsburg, oh my gosh, that's all I can say is go see him. Okay, I think I'm crooked here too. Sorry, y'all. He has helped me so much. I went to a medical doctor. My medical doctor back then said, well, you might wake up and feel better one day, or you might need surgery, or, it's like, he gave me like this much hope. I went to see Dr. Pinto, and he said, we can fix you. And I was just like, went from nothing to, massive. And anyway, go to a chiropractor, go see mine if you want. But I was going to share with you my recipe that I use for my cream that I put on my back. It'll work on your shoulder. It'll work on your knees. It'll work on whatever. But it also works with other things too. I take a lot of supplements, and I see him, and he gave me exercises, and he taught me how to brace my back and blah, blah, blah. And when I say brace, I mean that's like an exercise. That's not like a thing to put on your back. Anyway, okay, so this is a super simple recipe. Now, when I first started making this, the first time I made it, I'm like, that's not strong enough for me. So I had to start experimenting to make it, had to amp it up a little bit. So I'm going to give you the basic recipe. Kinda. The basic recipe is a half a cup of coconut oil, okay? And you just, you can melt it down. It's probably best to put it in a double boiler or melt it down. You can cheat and put it in the microwave if you want to, but you want to get it liquidy. This is a quarter a cup. So that was part of I have to make it better. So I decided the second time I made it, I was going to put the same amount of oils in it, but I was going to half the carrier oil. So the coconut oil is a carrier oil. And, anyway, that's what I did. So, and then the recipe is super simple. It's 10 drops of 3 different oils. Panaway, which if you smell this reminds you of like Bengay maybe, or something that makes you think, ooh, that might help something that hurts. Valor, which is one of those oils that's good for your back. Who knew? And then peppermint, which is just good for like everything and then some. So it's quite simple. It's 10 drops of each. Quite simple. Now, again, it was 10 drops of each of them in a half a cup. So again, I have that. So now I do 10 drops in a quarter cup. So glutton for punishment. No, I'm just joking. So I don't know that you need to do as much. let me count, sorry. Uh-oh, 3, okay. I was going to make sure it wasn't empty. 3, 4, 5. And you don't have to be super careful with how many you do. If you do too many, it's not going to hurt anything, okay? And that's probably way more than 10. But make sure I got the right lid. Peppermint is like my jam. I love me some peppermint. All right, Valor. And I brought 2 bottles over here because I'm not sure if this one is about empty or not. Valor is beautiful. If y'all see this beautiful blue, I should probably put it in last. But 1, 2, 3. Can you see that? 4, 5, 6. It's going out slow. 7, 8, 9, 10, and a half a drop. Anyway, can you see the color? I don't know if y'all can see this or not. If anybody's on here, tell me if you can see the color. See how dark it is? Let me just see if I can do this maybe. Now, can you see how dark it is? Maybe not. So it's kind of bluish. Oop, there we go. You might not be able to see it with the camera in my hand and everything else. So, all right, let's go back up here. Okay, and say hi if you're in here watching with me. Okay, so what did I do? 10 drops of Valor, 10 drops of peppermint, and now we're going to do 10 drops of Panaway. And I brought 2 of these also because I really didn't look to see how full they were. I knew my peppermint was full. So easy enough if I have enough in here. Yes, Kathy, yes, you can see the blue. All right, I don't think there's anything in that one. Hopefully there's something in this one. If not, we're gonna have to pretend I put it in here. I love the smell of that. It's because Panaway is a blend. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and again, that one extra little drop. All right, so you could be done right there. Panaway, Valor, and peppermint. Now, truth be told, Gary Young, who is the founder of Young Living, said to us, don't mix blends together because he created blends to do a certain thing, and I'm just stirring it up, by the way. That's all I'm doing, for a certain reason, okay? So he said, don't mix them together. So sometimes people are hard-headed, and they do it anyway. And that was me. So I started researching different oils, different plants, what the properties were, and what might go well in this, okay? And so again, this is something that I use with other things too. So I'm not saying that this is your miracle drug or whatever, and that, oh my gosh, all your problems are going to be solved. I'm saying I do this with a whole lot of other things, including a TENS unit. And if y'all don't have one of those, my friend Sarah calls it a zappy thing. But it's the little pads and the wires, and you stick it on your body and you turn it on and it zaps you. But it helps relax your muscles and all too. Since my fall was muscular, and thank God I didn't break like my coccyx bone. Wouldn't that be something? Oh my gosh. Anyway, since it's just muscular, I went ahead and have been using my little zappy thingy. And hey, hi Ronnie. Thank you for joining me. Ronnie, I think you've made this recipe before too. So anyway, I'm doing all this together. But one of the oils that we have that has some properties is called, and I always say it wrong, copaiba, one of the other ways you say it. I put that in there because it has some properties that are really good for when things hurt. Probably a good way to put it. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And again, I don't know why I'm stuck on that 11. So I put some of that in there, okay? And then I just started going through the list and seeing other oils that might go along with it. And there was so many, okay? There was just so many that I thought would work. So I just started putting them all in there. So I put in some lemongrass, which I don't love the smell of the lemongrass. I don't put as much in there. Sorry for y'all lemongrass lovers. I do not like the smell of lemongrass. I got a couple of oils that I don't like the smell of. That's one of them. Rosemary. Rosemary's kind of rough smelling too. I'm not even going to lie. No offense if your name is Rosemary. There's 3, 4, and again, I'm only going to put about 5 in here of rosemary. And I just kind of went through the gamut, okay? And there's so many more. Black pepper is definitely one I put in there. And what I do with this is I mix it up real good and I stick it in the refrigerator, and that's it. 3, 4, I'm going to put 10 of these. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I want to tell you something that's really cool, okay? I know that y'all see my stuff and you think, oh my gosh, that's all I ever do is talk about essential oils and stuff. Well, there's a reason. I told you about 6 years ago when I started doing it, it was a world that I did not know about. I mean, plants, hello, they're everywhere. They've been around for a long time, and there's a reason that they're here. And once I started learning how it could enhance my life, I just kind of fell in love with it, and that's why I talk about it. So anyway, the cool thing is all of these oils I have here in the house. I didn't start out with all of them. I started out with a few of them, that's for sure. But gradually over the course of, I buy something every month. And gradually I buy things, I get things for free and stuff too. And I've just built up my arsenal, if you will. I've built up a supply of oils, and it helps me if I go look up a recipe. I think I got this one, the basic one, off of Pinterest, I think. Be careful with that. Sometimes recipes on Pinterest can be a little crazy. So be careful with what you're doing. If you have any question, holler at me, or there's a couple of groups that I will go post in and say, what do you think of this? You know, so anyway, but it's nice to have these oils on hand. It's nice to be able to just go into my office or over here on the counter or somewhere and just beep, 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 and do what I need to do. So I love that. It's nice to be able to feel like you're in somewhat control of your health in some ways. So anyway, that's why I love my oil. So anyway, I will put this in the fridge, and then I will take, usually take a knife, not a spoon. I don't know why I take a knife. And I'll scoop some out, and I'll put some in here. And that's almost empty. That's why I'm making some. Smells delightful. Smells really good. I think the Panaway scent overpowers everything. But that's it, okay? And then I just apply it whenever I need it. You could also get some fractionated. This is regular coconut oil. It's technically called non-fractionated coconut oil, and this is fractionated, which means it's liquidy. And you could use this if you wanted. You could measure out 1/4 cup if you wanted. You could do your oils also, mix it up real good, and then you could take your own, looking around for it, you take your own roller bottle and make yourself a liquid version of this. Well, this is the solid version. Now, you know how coconut is, when it gets warm, it melts really quickly, so this does become liquid sometimes too in the summertime, or if it's in your pocket, trust me. But you could put it in a roller bottle, which is better for summer, especially if you want to keep in your pocket. If you're going somewhere, you don't want to carry your purse or whatever. But anyway, that's it. That's it. Now, alternatives to that are, Young Living has a pain relief cream called Cool Azul. That is thebomb.com. And it is an FDA-approved product, so I can talk real comfortably about that. The FDA doesn't want us talking openly about some things that are not officially approved by them. So this is officially approved by them, and it's wonderful. It's almost empty. This is very convenient to keep in your purse, to keep by the side of the bed, to keep one in the drawer at work, you know, for those times where you've got the shoulders, the knees, the back, whatever. But this is wonderful. Cool Azul cream, and it's just a white cream, which I don't, just a white cream. Smells like wintergreen. Smells amazing. Anyway, so this is probably an amped up version of what I make, maybe equivalent to what I make. Another version that you could buy if you wanted to, and you don't want to do this, you don't want to DIY because you're like, ugh, last thing I want to do is DIY, especially if I'm hurting, then get yourself a roller of Deep Relief, okay? Now this is liquid, and again, this is something that you can put in your pocket, keep all over the place if you want. It's pretty amazing. I remember when I was first doing oils, before I was making my own, I remember getting one of these, and I had it shipped. Have it shipped to work? I think I had it shipped to work. Anyway, I was working with my daughter then, and I remembered saying, this is amazing stuff. Smell this. And she dropped it, I think is how that all worked out, and I can't remember. Anyway, the back room smelled like wintergreen for probably months because it busted up big time. Concrete floor, you know, whatever. So, I about cried. Anyway, but this is some good stuff too. In addition to both of these products, Young Living also has, which sometimes I put into my cream also, Deep Relief in a liquid version and an oil version, and also the Cool Azul. And any of those you can also stick in your pocket, carry with you, just apply with a carrier oil. You should always use a carrier oil until you know how your skin is going to respond to oil. Some of them are stronger, you know. You might be a little sensitive or whatever. So you should always use a carrier oil once you know what you're doing. If you need, and I'm going to fill my little thingy, and I'll be good to go for work tomorrow. I'm probably going to work with my little TENS unit too. And not ready to go dancing yet, but hopefully by next weekend. Did you hear that, Chris? Just joking. All right. Any questions about anything? Anybody? Whoever, I just saw a thumbs up, so somebody's still sticking with me. Any questions, anybody? I got a class tonight in my little oil group. If you're interested in oils, you want to learn a little bit more about it, I've got a group most of my oil stuff I do off of my main page. And there's a class tonight all about new year, new goals. Hopefully we can wash 2020 out of our hair. I don't think that's possible yet. Hopefully soon we can wash 2020 out of our hair. I love the little memes. Y'all seen it that said, I want to cancel my subscription to 2021. My 7-day free trial has ended and I don't want to keep going, or something like that. It's kind of funny. But anyway, but the class tonight, if you're interested in it, it's all about essential oils and supplements and products that can help make your 2020 get off to a good start. So holler at me, private message me or whatever, or post here if you're interested. Okay. And if you have any questions later, if you're watching this later, just post below and I will answer you when I can. Well, thanks for joining me, y'all. Have a wonderful Sunday evening and a great upcoming work week too. Bye.